All right. Okay. Thank you all for attending Remedial for today. Today I'm going to go through trending basics part 4 for N level. So the first few questions, let's begin with the first one. This is the quadratic graph function. Okay, as you can see, this is a set phase. Oops, this is too thick. This is a set phase. So if I have a set phase, it means my x squared have to be negative, right? Okay, so in a quadratic equation, the question now says write down a possible value of a. It means this a value over here have to be any negative answer, any negative in value. So usually I will just put maybe say -1, -2, up to you all lah, okay? So this one can be any negative. So it means value for line right middle. So in the middle itself, I need to find the or the the two. So this sometimes subtraction. Okay, so 4 divided by 2, answer is 2. But 2 is not an equation. What do we need to add in front? It cuts, this one, the line cuts which axis? Cuts the x-axis. So, yes, correct. X equals to, so we need to have the x equals to equation. Okay, so this one is a y-intercept. Write down a possible equation. So this is a straight line graph. So y equals to mx plus c. This is going up. If you draw a human being and then you move this way, so it's going upwards. So in this case, you must make sure your gradient is a positive number. Somebody else is a positive number, and you notice your y-intercept over here. This one is your y-intercept, which is your value c, is your y-intercept. Okay, will be a negative number. So you can write any possible equation of this format. Y equals to mx plus c, positive gradient may be 2x plus c. This number look quite amount, so I'll probably put minus, maybe I put -4 or -2 or -3, okay, something like that. Okay, so I just write down a possible equation for this line. Okay, so this one, usually these are still quite common recently, so please make sure you know how to do. Next one, this one is testing your understanding. Does this graph has a maximum or minimum point? This is of the completed square form. Not sure if you remember what we went through the other day on graphs. When we're saying completed square form can help us to read the turning point directly. First part over here, there is no negative sign outside the bracket. This positive x squared. If you x square is half face, half face, it will be a minimum.
Madam, I think you're lagging. Like sound when you are talking, then can I hear?
Can you hear or not? Okay. Repeat again. If this is positive square, and
Madam Ong, you're still lagging.
okay. Yeah, I think. Are you able to see my screen now? Can you hear me?
Yes, your voice is lagging just now.
Yeah, I think I had 2 versions of me online. Okay, I think I quit the other one, so probably can't see your chat. Okay, never mind. You all let me know, okay? I only have one screen now. Okay, so in this case, this one has a smiley face, so it's a minimum point. Then when do we have a maximum point or whichever in a completed square form? Okay, so if we look at other examples, right, extension of this, for example, my equation is y equals to negative, a negative sign outside the bracket, x plus 3 square, maybe plus 12, for example. Okay, so in this case, this one here means it will have a set face. So this is negative, then you will have a set face, then it will be a maximum point. Okay, so yesterday we were going through quadratic graphs, or is it the day before completing square? Okay, from the completed square form, the mock basic paper. When completed square form, you can read your turning point over here. So if I read this question, right, I want to read the turning point, the coordinates of this turning point, which is your maximum or minimum point. The two numbers comes from the brackets itself. Okay, wait. Okay, the two numbers comes from the brackets itself. This one over here and this one over here. So our y value will be straight away the number 12. And the x value will be this when x plus 4 equals to 0. So x is equals to the number negative 4. So in this case, x is just the number minus 4. So you will have a minimum point, and if you do draw a graph, right, I want to do a sketching of a graph. So x equals to -4, y equals to 12. A minimum point, x equals to -4 is here, y equals to 12 probably somewhere up there. So minimum point, the graph will just look something like that. Okay, so with the turning point itself, you can actually draw a sketch of the graph already. So what happens if I have a question that look like that, and this one is the maximum point? Okay, set face. So what will this give me? What about the maximum point? This maximum point will be made up of the number 12. And this one here will be x plus 3 equals to 0. So x will give you -3. And then you can draw this point. This is -3, 12. -3 and 12. Then you can already sketch the graph already. Okay, so these are some skills that you probably want to learn or remember. Okay, now I just bring this question all the way related to this question. This is also quite a unique question over here. This is actually in the form of a completed square form. If I'll rearrange this and put it in the form -x² plus 9, then a lot of students won't be able to understand this portion, but they can do the completed square form version. If I will have this is actually -x plus 0 square plus 9. So this is actually in the completed square form. Okay, so if this is in the completed square form, how do I know whether this graph has a maximum or minimum point? Look at the x squared. So in this case, this one, the x squared is negative x squared. So if it's negative x squared, then what do we have? We have the, okay, negative x squared, we will have a maximum or minimum point. It will be a set face. Set face will be a, yes, correct. Set face will be a maximum point. Okay, I'll hear you all. So if it has a maximum point, then they want the coordinates of this point. The coordinates for this point comes from the 9. And this value is when x plus 0 equals to 0. X plus 0 equals 0, it means x equals to 0. So x is just 0 lor. So this point will be just the number 0, 9. The negative sign outside the bracket has not much effect. Okay, the negative sign is for what? Is for the to tell you whether is it a maximum or minimum point only. Is it okay?
How you know it's -x plus 0 square?
Because this one here over here, right? This one is just -x square plus 9, correct or not? Usually we have a bracket, negative x something square plus 9. But since there's nothing here, then what do we put? You put a you put a plus 0 or you put a minus 0, it doesn't make a difference, right? Because it's still 0, correct or not? Yeah. So there's nothing, there's no number here. The normal completed square form have something here, right? In this manner, have something inside the bracket, right? But in this case, got nothing. It's just the x square on its own. So it's just the number 0. Okay. And how do I draw? I'm just extending my question out. How do I make a sketch of this graph? This is a maximum point, and I want x is 0. X is 0 and the number 9. So it's actually just here. It will be symmetrical. I don't need to find other coordinates or whichever. I know it's a set face. I know the turning point. Mark the turning point, draw the set face, draw the x and y axis. You already get your graph. So if the question asks for sketching graph like that, right, already 2 marks already, full. Okay, so having the turning point and a maximum or minimum is very easy to just, really, if you don't know a position, just draw a happy face or a sad face, you get 1 mark at least. Okay, all right, next question. This question, long time never repeat, but I think the question is just purposely testing you on the different shapes of the graph, right? Whether each of those questions, what are the possible types of equation? First thing we observe, this one is a negative x squared. If it's a negative x squared, it must be a set face. And if it's a set face, it is maximum point. And from here, you can see the maximum point. If I rewrite this is negative x squared plus 4. The number will be 4. The maximum point will be 0. So it'll be just at 0, 4. That's for question A, equation A. Equation B will look like it can be factorized into something in happy face, right? It can be factorized into something. Most likely, I will have 2x intercept. The other one, x squared plus 1. This one can also read, this is a positive x squared. So it's a smiley face. Smiley face, the minimum point from here, x squared plus 1 is the 1, 0, 1. Okay, 2x squared is just that it becomes steeper, but there is no y-intercept. If there's no y-intercept, right, it actually means plus 0. That means it's at the point 0, 0. Okay, the curve will be just 0, 0. Yes? Oh, yes, Hannah. What did Hannah message me? Oh, okay. Then this one over here, this is, if I rearrange this is a negative x squared. Negative x squared will be a set face. And then maybe I need to be factorized. I may have 2x intercept. So now let's see which equation can match which one. First one over here, I notice this is the point 0, 0. It matches question number D. D is y equals to 2x squared. Why is that I say this is 0? This is 2 times something square and nothing outside, so it's plus a 0. So if I look at my turning point, it's just 0, 0, which matches this portion. So this one will be equation D. Of course, if you're not very sure, you can try out test numbers. When x equals to 0, plug it inside the equation. Fine. Which one does it suit? Is it suitable? Okay, next one. This one says passes through happy face, and then the 0 and 1, minimum point of 0 and a non-positive number. So out of here, happy face, 0 and a positive number, that will be equation C. Next one, this one is a set face. Passes through the point, maximum point is at 0 positive number. Set face, 0 positive number. Which one is the set face, 0 and positive number? Set face, 0 positive number. Equation A. And then this one is a set face, but the turning point is not at 0. It's somewhere else and got 2 possible 2x intercept. So I look for those set face. No, set face is this one, point E. So set face 2 intercept and never say anything to do with 0. So this one is just answer E. Okay, so this question, I just happened to pick it up because I think recently keep testing on quadratic curve. So maybe just see whether it might appear or not. Okay, next question. I'm going to go through a little bit more on solids in the different type of combination. Usually the common ones are cylinder, hemisphere, cone. Okay, these three. And recently there is a trend coming in back for prisms. So I pick up some of the questions over here. Okay, let's take a look at this question, especially these two questions with algebra or ratio in it. Okay, so the solid is formed by placing a cone, radius RCM, on top of a cylinder. Okay, radius also R. The height of the cone, the height of the cone is here. This height is twice the height of the cylinder. What does it mean? It means that this part is 2 units. This part is 1 unit. What is it screaming to tell you to do? What do you need to find? You
1
take
unit.
the,
Unit.
correct, you find the 1 unit. So you take 36 divided by 3, 12. So 1 unit, this part immediately, this part is 12 cm. And then the other one will be 24 cm. Okay. Then now they say the volume of the whole solid. Notice it says in terms of what? Pi. So we leave everything in terms of pi. They want the volume of the whole solid, volume of the solid. Okay, usually I always write words first. Okay, then I plug in working. Okay, equals to volume of cone plus volume of cylinder. Volume of whole solid given 1280 pi. Leave it in terms of pi. Volume of cone. Anything sharp must have one of the fraction. What fraction?
1/3.
Yes. 1/3 times base area times height. This formula is given in the formula sheet. So pi r square, I do not know the r, I'm going to leave it as r square, times the height, which is 24. Okay, plus volume of cylinder. What's the formula for volume of cylinder? Volume of cylinder is the base area times the height. Okay, so the base area is pi r square times the h. So I take pi, the radius I don't know, still r square. The height here in this case is 12. Okay, notice I need to leave everything in terms of pi. Why is so special? I have pi, pi, pi. All of them, all three have a common factor pi. So we can
Cancel.
yes. Okay, it's because it's a common factor, so that's why we can cancel away. Next part, this one is just 128 now. This one is 1/3 times 24 gives you 8r square. This one is just 12r square. Adding them together, that will give you 20r square, 1280. We get rid of 20 first, so we divide by 20. How much is this? 64, is it? R square.
64.
Thank you. Then square root r equals to 8 or -8. Of course, length cannot have negative number. So this one is r is equals to 8. Just nice. Okay, so for this kind of question where you do not know how to do, I know y'all will like to do part by part because your idea or concept, you always do it individually. But try to write down, okay, something equals to something. So you have a left-hand side and a right-hand side. Then you can link them together to solve the equation. If you do individual part by part, you may not know how to link the three parts together. Okay, so always try to write a full equation. Next
Madam,
question.
is it like a must to like reject the negative answer?
No, because in this case, actually, R equals to 8 is quite intuitive. So if you do not write a negative number, we are okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the 1 minus marks. Okay, next part. Okay, this question now. The height of a cylinder is 5/4 times the diameter of the cylinder. When they give you this kind of a statement, right, straight away write ratio or write some algebra or let, okay, height equals to 5/4 times the diameter of the cylinder. But they want radius. The question asks you for radius. So if they give you the radius, I go back there, I replace this statement. Okay, I write it down as height equal to is ma. So is means equal, right? Equals to 5/4. Who's here? Oh, Elise. Hi, Elise. Okay, equals to 5/4 times diameter. Okay, very difficult to piece your mind together. You follow the statement. H equals to 5/4 times diameter. Next part, they give you radius is RCM. Now I replace 5/4. Diameter is 2 radius. Then now I simplify. H equals to 5/2 R. Write an expression in terms of for the height in terms of R. There, answer 5/2 R. Okay, so follow. Usually the statement they give you, right, you follow that statement, shouldn't go very wrong. Now they say the volume of a cylinder. Let's recall a little bit. How do we find volume of cylinder? Base area times the height, H. But our base area is pi r squared. The height now changed to 5/2 R. Now replace part by part. 3, 6, 4. Piece them together. R pi r squared times H 5/2 R. Okay. Then no need to worry because we have R squared times R that will give you R cubed. Don't panic, don't panic. Okay, this is 5/2 pi. Still don't panic, we work backwards. So 364 divide by 5/2 divide by pi. Or you don't like to write it this way, you can write 364 over 5/2 pi. Get R squared. And I'm lazy to write my working. I will cancel and put square root. It's intuitive that a radius will most likely be positive number. So if I do not want to write the negative answer, I may do so. Okay, any kind, so type out this answer for me.
Madam, Lynn asked why need times 2.
Which one need to times 2?
I think
Here,
she top question.
here is it? This one, question 7. Where?
I think she's talking about 21A.
21 part A, right? Oh, diameter and radius. What's the relationship between diameter and radius? Diameter is 2 times radius. So times 2. Okay. Oh, because I'm not in the, let me try this. So give me a minute. Let's see what she typed. Oh, okay. Yeah, diameter, because it's the diameter. Diameter is 2 times radius. Okay. Then you have your calculated what is this number? Or I let you go and calculate the number.
6.8077.
6.8077. Okay, then you'll be 6.8136. Because involve pi already, so involve pi means not exact. Next question, this one we done quite a couple of times already, so I'm going to leave you to do the answer on your own. Most of you can do. Okay, arc length of the sector. Okay, I'll explain this in another question later. Let's do the next question over here. This solid is formed by placing a cone, okay, and on top of a hemisphere. The slant height of the cone, slant height is the L. What are the questions related. This is your height, perpendicular height. They are not the same, okay? The curved surface area of the hemisphere is 200 cm square. Curved surface area of hemisphere is. I use this statement. Write down. Curved surface area equals to the formula hemisphere half. The formula for curved surface area of sphere is given in the formula sheet. 4 pi r squared. Next step, replace numbers. This one times this one. Half times 4, 2 pi r squared. How to get rid of the 2 pi? Divide. How to get rid of the square? Square root. Answer. Do you realize this and this have very similar working? They give you the volume, but maybe is it a cylinder or is it a hemisphere or whichever? Find the radius. So they have very similar type of concept and working. So please make sure you know how to do. Okay, so after I found my radius already, oh, this one I need the radius. Can you all tell me how to find, what is the formula? No, what's the number?
6418.
5.6418, right? This is not the final answer, so I'm not going to round off. Curved surface area of the cone is given in the formula. So curved surface area is given by pi RL. Then I replace radius 5.6418. The L over here is the number 8. Then you work out your answer. Okay, I sidetrack a little bit. What happens if the question asks you to find volume of cone? Volume of cone will be 1/3 pi r squared times the height. Now I give you that you have found the radius. This is my radius, 5.6418. This is my slant height, 8. How do I find this perpendicular height?
Pythagoras theorem.
Correct. So a lot of students, when they do until here, right, then they have a long working, they do until here, then they start forgot how to do. No, it can be found. Come back in here to find Pythagoras theorem. This is the shorter side. So minus 8 square minus 5.6418 square. Then you got your answer for your height. Then you plug it in, okay, to find the number. So if they extend, okay, so nowadays sometimes they give you area, then they ask you find volume, or they give you volume, find length, or give you something else, find length. Okay, so you have to work backwards, know how to work both ways. Okay, link all the formulas together. Okay, so this is one type of question that can be quite commonly tested. This one we just did the other day in our 2021 paper 2. Okay, and I made a mistake some more. Okay, yeah. Right, the ratio. This one. The question already tell you use Pythagoras theorem. But if I were to use Pythagoras theorem, I need to find a triangle, correct? Where is that triangle? Draw the triangle. Okay, so the triangle is actually here. Okay, maybe I should use my pink highlighter. Okay, this is the right angle triangle. If this part is 20, this part is 25, so this one is 5. Then you find the short side, the height here is a shorter side. Do we add or do we subtract? We subtract. So 13 square minus 5 square, then you get your height, 12. So use the Pythagoras theorem, calculate the answer, 12. Now I know this is the 12. I want to find the total surface area of the prism. Okay, how to find the total surface area of prism? There are a few different sides. Firstly, I have the side 13 times the length 30. It will be a rectangle, right? 13 times 30. 20 times 30. 12 times 30. 25 times 30. So many of them all need to multiply by 30. what I can do, I take the perimeter of my cross section, multiply with the length of the whole thing. This whole length over here. Okay, the length of the whole thing is 30. So 13, 20, 12, 25. 13, 20, 12, 25. Everything times 30. If you don't want during exam, you want to do part by part, piece by piece, also can, not stopping you. So this is the area of sides. Okay. Then what else do I need to do now? After I found the area of all the sides, of course, I need to add the front and the back. And the front and the back is a cross-sectional area. So this is your cross-section. You'll be asking me, Che, what do you mean by cross-section? Imagine this is a piece of chocolate cake, okay, and you want to cut it such that every piece is of the same shape and size. How will you cut it? I will cut it from top down like that. So when I cut it top down, every piece has the same shape of a trapezium. That is called a cross-section. So I find my cross-sectional area, which is a trapezium. This one is Sec 2 work. No, Sec 1 work. Cross-sectional area. Trapezium, half 20 plus 25 times my perpendicular height. 12, is it? Okay, I do not know what is this. Any kind, so give me the number.
3,000.
Which one is 3,000? This one is 3,000 or this one?
Trapezium.
The trapezium is 3,000. Then this one is? I don't know what is that number. That one how much?
2100.
Thank you. So my total surface area, I need to take all the sides, 2100, plus the front and the back. Okay. So total surface area, you can take all the different sides. If you don't want to count the perimeter, you can do 13 times 30, 20 times 30, 12 times 30, 25 times 30. You add up all the area of the rectangles over here. Then you add the front and you add the back. You can get our total surface area as well. Okay, but since I'm looking at the prism, I should extend a little bit. What happens if they ask you to find volume? What's the volume of prism? Volume of prism means you will have a uniform cross-section, right? So you take the cross-sectional area, in this case, which is a prism, a trapezium. You multiply it by the length or the height perpendicular to it. Okay, so if I have this one is my cross-section area. I multiply it to the height perpendicular to it. So this one is my area, 90 degree to this surface. So this one will be the length instead of the height. Okay, so this one has been coming back recently. This is the older question. Let me go through this one first. This is the newer question recently. Okay, so this one is also a prism. They already give you is a cross section of a prism. What is this cross section? This cross section is in the shape. If I cut it like that, this is my Toblerone, right? So I have this whole thing. This whole thing is my cross section. Okay, this whole triangle over here. Okay, so that is your cross section. If I want to find the volume later, I'll need to take the cross section times the side that is perpendicular to it. That means in this case times the length. Okay, now they ask me to show that the perpendicular height is this. Okay, AN is this. So what do I need to do? I need to observe either I can use this triangle or I use the other side of the triangle. Oh, hello, hi Hannah. Okay, so if I want, in this case, I have these two sides. So here only got one, but no measurement. no other measurement. So I find this. So AN is equals to Pythagoras theorem. Okay, the shorter side. Square root 7 square minus 4 square. Anyone give me what is this number?
5.7445.
Thank you. Okay, so after that, then we round off 5.74. Yes, shown. But remember, when you are doing the working in the next few steps, you use the more accurate number. Okay, so I just put 5.7445. You observe the question, they give you this one, right? So surely you need to find another different length on the other side, probably here. Okay, or these two sides, I wouldn't know. Next part, question say find the volume of the prism. To find the volume of this prism, I'll need the area of my triangle. Do you remember one of your Pythagoras theorem trigonometry question, trending basics 2, right? The trigo also gave you, ask you to find the area of the whole thing, but you do not have the base, you only got the height. So what you need to do, you need to find this one. Okay, I'm still going to teach Picasso, but I think a lot of students are using sine rule. Those of you who are very used to using sine rule, right? You can do yourself a favor, no need such a long method. This is 90, this is 32. Find this angle. 90 minus 32. 180 minus 90 minus 2. This angle is 58 degree. If you really want to use the sine rule, you can make use of this opportunity, okay, to just use this angle. Okay, for example, people like Nelly or Max who love to use sine rule but don't want to use Picasso one, can, no problem. But make sure you go and help yourself by finding the other angle. So if I were to use sine rule, it'd be 58. Sine 58 over NC. Now, why do I need to find NC? Area of triangle half times base times height, right? I already know the height, but I do not know where is this base. So I find NC. Okay, so for me, I'll still use Picasso. So my Picasso is this angle. This is the opposite that I have. This is the adjacent that I want to find. So I use tangent. So first find NC. Okay, tangent 32 degree TOA 5.7 TOA adjacent is the one that you need to find NC. Notice that this one NC is at the bottom. I can just swap over. If NC is on top, I just multiply the denominator over. So NC equals to 5.7445 over tangent 32 degree.
9.32.
9.3 what?
9.1932.
Thank you. Okay, so after I know NC already, to find the volume of the prism is area, cross-sectional area times the length or the perpendicular height. Where is the cross-section area? The cross-section area is the shape of a triangle. Where is the perpendicular height or perpendicular length? Is 20. So area of triangle volume, in this case, is triangle times the length. My triangle, half times base times the height, multiply by my length, 20. Okay, then you can go back and fill up. What's the base? Base is 4 plus 9 point. Then your height of the triangle you found, use the more accurate one. Then you multiply by 20, then you get your answer. Is this okay? Oops, who's here? Hello, hi Zuliana. Okay, so then you find your answer. Anyone found the answer already? Want to give me the number?
757.88.
Okay, so in this case, number The number is not exact. Why? Because there's a tangent 32. So the number won't stay accurate. It's not the most exact version, accurate version. So we round this off to 3 sig fig there. 7.58 cm cube. Okay, so for area of a volume of prism, take the cross-sectional area times the length. Okay, so this question is quite common. Yes?
How come just now during the trapezium, we need to find perimeter, but then for triangle, don't need to find perimeter all that?
This one is asking for total surface area. So you need all the sides. So when you need all the sides, you need to add up all the sides. All the sides meaning you'll be the perimeter. Okay.
Oh,
But if they ask for now they are asking for volume. This one is asking for volume. It's not asking for total surface area. So it's different. Okay? So different. Okay, I write down again. To find total surface area, this is the total surface area. Total surface area, you take the perimeter of the cross-section, or you find all the different sides that surrounds that cross-section, all the sides, okay, times the length. Then you add the front and your back. Okay, that's the total surface area. But prism is just take the cross-section area, or rather the base area times the length. Okay, let me write it down. Total surface area of prism. Take the perimeter, the outline, okay, of cross-section times the perpendicular length or height. But this is not enough. Take this whole thing plus the front and back, or top and bottom, which is your cross-sectional area 2 times. Okay, I don't like to write in terms, remember in terms of the formula. We think logically. Okay, we think logically. Right, this one I can send it to you all later, then you all don't need to copy. So usually I like to think logically. If I want the total surface area, means I want all the sides, what? So this side times 30, this side times 30, this side times 30, this side times 30. So I'm adding up all the sides, what? So it's like a perimeter. Then I add the in front and the back. Yeah. So that's how I try to understand and rationalize the concept. It's not just about the formula only. Okay. All right. Okay. Next question. This one, the area of the trapezium. So you already have the trapezium, and you find the trapezium already. Find the volume of the prism. Volume is given by the cross-sectional area times the length, perpendicular length or height. Okay, so in this case, where is my cross section? How am I going to cut this piece of cake such that every slice is the same? I cannot cut horizontally like that, because some big, some small. So I need to cut top down like that, this way. So when I cut top down this way, right, the cross section area will be in the shape of a trapezium. So if this is my trapezium, this is this particular face, I must look for the side perpendicular to that face. So the perpendicular to that face, this one, the height and the length will be the number 8. So you just find the area of cross section, take this answer times the number 8, then you get an answer already. Okay, so let you try on your own. The boxes are patched into a carton in the shape of a cuboid. What is a cuboid? A cuboid is a rectangular prism, length, base, and height. Okay, convert this volume to cm cube. So this is from meter cube, 0.234 meter cube to cm cube. If I want to convert to cm cube, meter to cm is times 100. But this is meter cube, cm cube. So what do I need to multiply for the 100? Cube. Yes, it will be 100 cube. Then you can get your answer already. So you take 0.234 times 100 cube, 123. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this one will be the answer. They tell you the base of the carton is a square. Oh, the base of a carton. Oh, so it's not a cuboid. It's a square. Sorry, like that. Change picture. Not this picture already. Okay. So it's a square of side 60. So 60 by 60. My base area over here is a square. So this is 3,600. Then I do not know the height, but I know the volume. Volume equals to the base area or cross-section area, which is 3,600 times the height, h. Then you divide over, find your height. Doable lah. I think your most probably can do. Just need to make sure you change these units correctly, the cube. Okay, so this one is the unique thing about this question, only that units. Okay, so this part still okay, practice it. This one is something similar, but notice they give you the volume of the prism and you work backwards instead. So volume is equals to the base area or the cross-sectional area times your length, perpendicular length or height. So in this case, the cross-section area is the shape of a trapezium. So you're going to find 672 equals to half times something, which is your letter P. Then you find a number, work backwards, then find the answer P. Done, doable, right? Okay. So this one is a summary for all the different prisms, cone or whatever. Okay, next one we're gonna move on a little bit more. Do y'all need a quick break or anything? Still okay? Okay, we continue. Now this one, okay. The picture look exactly almost the same, just that they ask different type of question. Now I need to highlight again. What is the difference between these few words? Number one, sector. Number two, segment. What is a sector? Sector is a pizza or the Pac-Man. Okay. Segment is the ice cream cone, the pizza, you cut away the triangle, only left the ice cream on top of the ice cream cone. Or you ask the Pac-Man to shut up. Okay, the triangle is missing. So you must know the keyword. What is a sector? What is a segment? If you don't understand the keyword, you don't remember what is a keyword, you won't know what you need to find. Okay, so question here says calculate the perimeter of the sector. A lot of students will see the question shaded, right? So they're going to find the perimeter of the shaded segment. No, they want the shaded, the sector. Sector means in this case is the pizza. They want this arc plus the 2 radius, 10 and 10. So find the arc length, right? 135 degree over 360. This formula you must memorize. Question, pi r square or 2 pi r? Perimeter.
2 pi
Pi r
r.
square? 2 pi r. 2 pi r. Okay, find the perimeter and then add the 2 radius and radius. Okay, if the question extend and say live in terms of pi, right? Then what do? You calculate all these numbers together, something by plus 20. Do not add the 20 into it. Do not add the 20 into it because the 20 got no pi. then the answer will be just something pi plus 20. Okay, but in this case, they didn't say live in terms of pi, they want the answer. Then you give me the answer in 3 significant figure. Why? Because got pi, right? So it's already not accurate. So please go and calculate the answer on your own. Okay. Next one, calculate the area of the shaded segment. I'm gonna, there's a similar question over here, so I'm gonna use the other question, okay? So instead of this question, I'll do the other part, then you come back and try on this one. You notice this picture, 135-degree radius is 10 cm. Look at this question. This is 125-degree, this is 10 cm. The teachers who set the test paper, right, are that lazy enough to even change the diagram. They just change the number and it's exactly the same. But now the question, they changed it such that the segment is the part that is shaded. They want a percentage of the sector that is shaded. So what we need to do, first we find the area of the shaded segment. Area of the shaded segment is the area of my sector. Is it plus or minus the area of my triangle? Oh, plus or minus the area of my triangle? Nobody answer me. Oh no.
Minus.
Minus, are the rest of you still awake? Okay, wait, I couldn't do this. I cannot join. Okay, never mind. Minus the area of triangle. Okay, minus the triangle. So what do? We take the area of the segment given by the formula, 125-degree over 360. They want area, so it's pi r squared. Subtract away the area of the rectangle. Okay, not rectangle, triangle. Triangle is half A, B, sine C. Right? Now, before you work out your answer, can you kindly tell me what is this number in terms of pi? Yeah. Or maybe, never mind, just write the exact answer, divide by 360 times 10 times 10 times pi. Oh, I don't have a pi in my handphone calculator. What is it times pi? I have, is this 109.083?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, the other one, I do not know, 0.5.
40.957.
Huh? Repeat again?
40.957.
Thank you. Why do I need to keep this? The question wants the percentage of the sector. The sector is this one.
100%.
Yeah, correct. So how do you find percentage? You take the shaded over the sector area times 100%. Meaning you take this whole number, 109.083, 68.125. So take this whole number, 68.125, over the area of the sector, 109.083. Okay, times 100%. Then you find your answer. 62.453. Answer already not exact, not actual because got pi involved. So 62.5%. Okay. So if you can do this, I'm sure you know how to find area of shaded segment over here. Is this okay? Right, I'm left with a little bit of time. Okay, I'd like to finish up a little bit more, but this one got quite a lot of things to do. Can I give you all a quick 5 minutes break so that I end this part of the recording, then I start another recording again? Can you all come back 5 minutes later? Take a quick 5 minutes break, then come back again. Then I try to fix my Zoom. Can?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I see you all later because the triangle got a lot more things to explain. Yeah. I see you all in 5 minutes time. Bye.